During postpartum is when I realized that I was dealing with a wicked person. Now, I didn't realize that he was wicked. I didn't realize the extent of his wickedness until I was in the trenches of postpartum. And he wasn't wicked in the beginning, because if he was wicked or showed any signs of wickedness, I would have skedaddled up out of there at the first sign of the wickedness. And the thing about predatory people is that they have a way of presenting themselves to trick and finesse a person into thinking that they are something that they are not. And for some of them, okay, so one thing about predatory people is that they have the mask slips at different times. You never know when the mask is going to slip, because it all is dependent on them and when they feel like they have met their goal and got what they needed from that person, right? So for some predatory people, the mask might slip in a week. For others, the mask might slip in a month, 6 months, a year. For some that are very sinister and insidious, they play the long haul game, and the mask might not slip for 2+ years. You just never know, right? But when the mask does slip, the person who has to experience that, it's almost like, like they experience a severe cognitive dissonance, because for them it's like, wait a second, I thought that this is who I was dealing with, but you mean to tell me like this is what I got? Like, so it's like, you have that. And I honestly feel like that's a destabilization tactic as well. Like presenting yourself as presenting yourself one way and then flipping a script. So, because anybody is going to be like disarmed, like what the hell is happening, right? So keep that in mind when you're talking about, oh, you chose him, blase, blase. But I realized that I was dealing with a wicked person. There were several things that made me realize that I was dealing with like true wickedness. One of those instances was, I remember we were sitting on the bed, and he ended up like panning, like he was on the phone he was video chatting with his sister. And I remember he ended up like flipping the phone towards me to where I would be, like the sister would see me from the video chat. And mind y'all, like I'm looking a mess. And partially I'm looking like Sealy almost every goddamn day. And part of that was because I was taking care of everything. Like I was breastfeeding, and then I was pumping in between to, demand the increase in demand the milk supply. I was cooking and cleaning. He was on paternity vacation, not doing a finger and to do nothing, no cooking, no cleaning, no nothing. So I'm doing all of this and not having any time to pour in and take care of myself, right? So when he had the video chat, when he had his phone flipped towards me, he quickly flipped it back towards himself. And then him and his sister started kiki and ha-ha. And so like right then and there, like I'm clocking everything. I'm like, wow, like I see what's going on, what's happening. So you're sitting literally in my face. Okay. Our son was only like 3 weeks old at the time. And you're laughing at my appearance, which I don't have time to pour into myself because of everything that like I'm experiencing. And to add insult to injury, like that wasn't, as if that wasn't bad enough, he had a brother at the time who was homeless and unemployed. It had been for like months. Like the brother had been homeless and unemployed for like a little over a year at that point. And so while he was kikiing and ha-haing about my appearance to his sister, he was also reaching out to his brother and asking him like, hey, do you need a haircut? Or just sending him money for haircuts. And also picking him up and chauffeuring him to and from the barbershop, right? So like I'm sitting here like, and I'm watching.
No! There's no way out of this.
We have another sister, another woman who wants to sit here and jump on the internet to trash a man just to sit here and trash all men and try to play victim, right? Try to expect so much out of men while giving nothing. Right now, I know some people are going to say, well, how is she not giving anything, right? You're gonna have your woman out there who, oh well, she's just telling her experience, as if this woman isn't a issue herself. Because of course you already know when we do TikTok videos, we're gonna break it down, baby. We're gonna break the video down. We're gonna break down their page, right? If it's bad enough. And hers, it's terrible.
I'm happy that Shannon Sharp and Ryan Davis conversation happened, because it's sparking conversations about Black men and their lack of willingness to protect and provide for Black women. Now we know that their lack of protection of Black women and their lack of willingness to provide for Black women has always been a thing.
Man, what the fuck is you talking about?
What the fuck was that? I'm sorry, man. I wasn't thinking about it.
The female relatives of abusive men who help him and participate in the abuse of his partner doesn't get talked about enough. And I think it's crazy that these women participate in the abuse of another woman when a lot of them have been victims of abuse themselves by their male counterparts. So the brother loses his job, and my ex was stressing about the inevitable happening. His brother getting evicted from his place. And I don't know why I didn't stop and take a step back, wait a minute. My ex is facing eviction and he don't really know where he about to go. And now his brother is about to be facing eviction and he doesn't know where he's going to go either, right? I don't know why I didn't assess, okay? He wasn't wicked in the beginning, because if he was wicked or showed any signs of wickedness, I would have skedaddled up out of there at the first sign of the wickedness.
You are a loser. Simple. Accept it. Move on.
Right? But y'all see how she wants to play victim. Y'all see how she's trying to make it seem as if, oh, well, our relationship was just great coming up until the point of me getting pregnant. And once I got pregnant and once I had this baby, now all of a sudden he wanted to show his true colors. People are come on, man. Are we serious? This is what women like to do. This is what women on TikTok like to do. They will literally just make up a story. They will literally lie about their stories. They will literally trash men just so they can get the validation, right? And this woman wants to talk about putting on a mask. But man, we get what you're doing right now. What you're doing is you're putting on a mask, right, to truly, so you can really talk shit about men, so you can really sit over here and bash men, right? But you're masking it as, oh, well, this is what he did for my postpartum depression, right? This is what he was doing while I had postpartum depression. Because now when you think about postpartum depression, right, postpartum depression is a chemical imbalance of the hormones when it comes down to women, right? So they're very irritable, right? Easy to anger. We get that. But at the end of the day, you're still an adult and you know how to control your emotions. You know how to control yourself. But of course, it messes with your emotions. So of course, it will hit harder when you say, hey, well, this is what he was doing, not while I was pregnant, but when I had my postpartum depression. So I'm already in a bad space and this is what he did to make it worse. And now you're trying to say, hey, well, but he tried to but hey, he wasn't like this beforehand. It's man, cut it out. All you're trying to do is just push. All you're trying to do is push an agenda here. Hey, man, listen, man, if y'all have kids, if y'all have kids with these men, y'all need to be very careful. Y'all need to be this, y'all need to be that. Cut it out. Because once again, she said herself that, well, if I sniff out, if I smell, if I see here and sense that this person gonna have a red flag, that this person is a red flag, if I get one bad red flag from this man, I'm out of there. But yet, once again, she only says that she didn't really start getting red flags until after the baby came. That doesn't make any sense. That does not make any sense, people. But once again, guys, y'all know why I love this channel. Y'all know why I love this channel, because I like to use a bunch of examples and I like to use videos Once again, I'm telling y'all right now, this is going to start to become a norm, right? Where women are having these children, and because they want some clout, because they want to be able to trash men, because a man did something wrong to them, they're going to use postpartum depression as a way to excuse their piss poor behavior, as a way to monetize their stories and their problems. Y'all don't believe me? As I just stated, I like doing videos, right? I like showing y'all examples. Here is a video of a woman who is upset with her baby father because I guess she woke up the Saturday morning, right? We already know we don't have school Saturday mornings, right? But she has all of these kids. She's a stay-at-home mother. The father works. I think he's like Nigerian or something, right? But they live in New York. I could be wrong, right? But they live here in the United States. The mother once again, the guy's taking care of everything. So your only job is to make sure the kids are taken care of and you make sure that they get up and get to the bus stop, right? But look, she gets up, right? Take the kid out to the bus stop. And she starts to break down crying because she was like, dang, I didn't know today was Saturday. And she claims that the husband saw her. She claims that everybody in the house saw her. We're talking about a bunch of kids. Nobody said anything. So she starts to break down crying. And it's just like, and she wants to trash the man about it. She wants to trash the man and she wants to use postpartum depression to gain sympathy.
Yeah, why am I up on Saturday morning with Kamari dressed to go to school? When I say, y'all, ever since having 4 kids, the overstimulation has been real. The frustration has been real. The anger has been real. I woke up with a headache, not even knowing the day of the damn week. It's damn Saturday, and I'm up rushing her to get ready for school. Nobody said nothing. Husband in the house, nobody said nothing. I'm all over the damn place, and people wondering why I'm done having kids. Yeah, I swear to God, I've reached my mental state of overstimulation. I can't handle no more, and I'm okay with saying that. I cannot handle no more kids. This don't make no damn sense. I woke up on a damn Saturday to get her ready for school. It is no school. Don't even know the day of the week. This is insane, man. This is insane. Like, it's been so much stuff going on with me, y'all. I don't know. This is postpartum depression still. I thought I was on my way out of that. I thought I was making my way out of that. But y'all, this don't make no sense. The emotional state is different.
Feel like the emotional state of
The emotional state is different. If I'm dealing with 4 different children with 4 different emotions, 4 different challenges, 4 different needs, at least what you do is a lot, but at least you get to regulate your emotions by focusing on this one task.
Oh, one task. And
Your
the work
task is your job.
Okay, now listen. What you don't understand is that, the job is what sponsors, the family, right? The job. So without the job, right, our situation will be way different. That's premise 1. And the second premise, right, is so, is to understand that, sure, today's situation, right, it just happened once. And you've been doing it right many times. Why not give yourself the benefit of the doubt and say, at least, today is just an accident. So I've been doing it right many times. So I don't need to take it as though it's something so serious. All right? And the third premise, sure, whatever you're doing, taking care of the kids might be a little bit difficult, right?
Taking care of the kids, the house, and look, you. I take care of you too.
Last night, do you know when I went to bed? I worked 14 hours, right?
Yeah.
And I was knocked out. That's why I said, today you woke me up early morning. And now I still need to repeat the same cycle and I need to work 14 hours again. So that's why I was expecting you at least, to wake me up around 7. But
so
when you woke up
at 7, this baby wakes us up. You know how many times she woke me up through the night? All through the night, how many times she woke up because she got a cold?
Yeah.
So it's not, we can't, it's like, I just feel like we've reached our mental capacity and physical capacity.
No, it's not about
children.
that. No,
I feel like me, 4 kids is enough.
For me, it's Abby, out. Put it down and out. Okay?
But
Put it down.
I
Go sit down.
understand. I feel like
Oh.
I work 24/7. You work 14 hours, right? You get to sleep through the night. I still have to wake up.
That's what you think, right? You think, okay, you just work 14 hours. After that, you sleep through the night.
That's not what I'm saying.
But
I'm not saying just. I'm not minimizing what you do at all. I'm not minimizing it. I'm just telling you, to me, my mental state and my mental load goes through way more than yours do a day. I'm constantly fussing. Then I'm dealing with hearing crying. Then I'm dealing with a child that may not be obedient. Then I'm changing 3 diapers a day, making sure everybody eat, making sure you eat, making sure my house stay in order.
I just explained something to you, right? I said, sometimes it seems as though you're focusing on your weakness and your strengths, right? That's why I said, why not focus on the things you have been doing right for years? So, for example, taking that girl to school, right? You've been doing it for years, right? And today, just something that happened once. So why not say, look, this thing happened just once, so it doesn't matter. I've been doing it for many years. So we are human, right? Nobody's perfect. anybody can
I know,
make
but
mistakes,
it's
right?
more than that.
So
it's more than that.
that's one. And the reason you are looking at this issue so huge or so big is because I feel like you are just too hard on yourself. For me, if something like that happened, and things like that have happened in my life, right? Sometimes I really don't care about about the event. I'm like, oh man, this event happened. It's okay, right? It's a mistake.
But
it's simple as that. I don't need to filter my life. I don't need to filter my life and say, no, my life is so terrible. That's why events happen.
It's not. No. It's more than it was just me waking up with the mind state of, I got to get her to school, to rush her to get to school, and doing all of that. It just made me emotional to go outside and do all that. Actually, honestly, no, I did not know. Having one child was very easy for me. Two children was okay. 3 children was like, yeah, okay, it's still cool. I guess I felt like that when I had my 3rd child because I had finally got a rhythm. My youngest was 2 years old. She was more independent. So, it didn't feel like I couldn't handle another one. If I felt like I couldn't handle another child, I would have not had another child. But having another child and it's you, then don't do that nasty stuff. Come on now. Then having my 2nd child, she was supposed to be in school and she had to get removed from school because of things going on with her behavior as far as ADHD. And then, my oldest has autism, and then just found out she have ADHD, then finding out I have ADHD, then it's just everything going on. It's added way more pressure to me than I've ever felt being a mom out of all these years. So this is not true. If I felt this, I never felt the way that I feel now that confirmed with me that I don't want to have no more kids until now. And that's honest to God true. And it's not because I love my kids, I love being a mother, but I just feel my max of overstimulation. I feel my max of all over the place. I feel like I'm neglecting myself more than ever, my mental, my physical, everything. I feel like just a lot, and it's just different than other times.
But people, right? Y'all hear what she's saying. Y'all hear how she's trying to make herself out to be a victim. So at first I was like, dang, that is kind of right. You get the comments, you see the comments, people, the man this, the man that. But once again, people, I will tell you all the goddamn time, check that damn TikTok. You need to check the dang TikTok, man. You check the TikTok, they expose everything. They expose a mindset. They think that they're not exposing their mindset. They think what they're doing is smart. They think this, they think that. But once again, when you look at a lot of your sisters, right? And I'm talking about women in general, but now when you're talking about a lot of your sisters, they will leave with their damn degrees. But yet they still end up getting finessed by the very men they swear up and down they're smarter than. Make that make sense. But check it out. Here are the videos of her talking about why she ended up having kids. And not only that, I'm gonna throw y'all a bonus video in. Here's how she talks to the baby father, who is once again constantly working very hard, but she once again is hard to please. You have the easiest job in the world. I don't care what nobody say, right? It's a very tedious job, don't get me wrong, right? But you're still at home, you have somebody taking care of your life. They're providing you everything that you need. So What's the problem? But once again, guys, if y'all go all the way back to that video that we just talked about, right? She tried to make it seem as if the father was trash. She tried to make it seem as if, oh, this postpartum is just this hard, yada 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 yada. These women are hiding behind postpartum to excuse their piss poor behavior. That's it, right? That's it. And then she says predatory people. Come on, guys. Let's just keep it a bean. She says predatory people. We already know what type of mindset that is. We already know that elevator ain't going up to the top. And ma'am, you are just a lying boy. Ooh, man. And once again, she is expecting me to sit here and believe what she is saying. She's expecting me to take her at face value. Nah, we need to hear that man's side of the story. Let's go ahead and hear that man's side of the story. Once again, I just hate that these are the same women that will leave with their college degrees. These are the same women that will say that they're the most educated, they have the best intuition, that they're the smartest, that they mature faster than men, but yet they still get finessed and played by the very same men that they say they're smarter than. Doesn't make any sense, but let's continue.
All of this, and I'm experiencing all of this. It was very wicked. Another instance of the wickedness was when we were at a restaurant, and I remember I was studying because I was pursuing while I was on postpartum. I was trying to go into cybersecurity. And so I was studying for, I can't remember the name. I think it was the Security Plus test I was studying for. And I wanted to go home and study, but he wanted to go and kick it with one of his friends. And his car that he had, we were living in Florida at the time, Orlando. His car was not legit. No registration, no tags, whatever. So he wanted to drive my car because my car was legit. And so I was cool with him driving my car. I was just like, I don't want to go to your friend's house. I want to go back in home and study. And that's cool. Like, just, we weren't that far from our house. Okay. So I was like, just, I'll go home and then you take my car from, our house to your friend's house. He didn't want to do that. Like, he demanded either that like I drop him off or that, we go with him and all that stuff. And I was like, I'm not doing that. So when we finally got into the car and we were driving, I was driving, he was in the passenger seat, and he just turned off the car. Like, he reached over and turned off the car. And I remember I was very alarmed by that because our son was in the back. Our son was probably about 2 months at this time. And so our son is in the back, and I told him, very serious and direct as I could be, like, like, don't do that like that. Like, why would you do something like that, right? So then we get onto the main road, and he does that shit again. This time, I was like, I told him, like, I had my phone on a little, like the little phone display, hands-free thingy in the car. And so I reached out to start dialing 911 so I could call the Orange County Sheriff. Do you know that this mother sucker took my phone off of the little holder, jumped out the car with the diaper bag. The diaper bag had my wallet, and some, my wallet had all, my information, money in it and everything. And he hopped out the car. Like, I don't know where he went. I don't know, whatever. But I remember sitting there like, I don't know. Like, I didn't know where the police station was. I didn't know. Also, too, at the time, like, I was on unpaid maternity leave. So I'm thinking, like, okay, like, if I do, contact law enforcement and he do get arrested, like, how am I going to continue to pay the bills? How are me and my baby going to survive? Because they're going back home to San Diego was not an option, because I knew I would be going back home to no help. So I was like, I don't really know what to do at this time. So that's what I was dealing with. But that also was like a confirmation that I was dealing with wickedness. Okay, and the last little bit is that I knew he was truly wicked and that his actions were premeditated as well, because I remember, like, right before I had our son, like, he had made a very sinister comment about, like, basically kind of telling me to anticipate a not so good postpartum experience. Like, I remember him saying that. And then once everything transpired, I was just like, oh, like, like, you were trying to put me on game of what your plans were. So one, a lot of these men, the way that they treat the woman during postpartum is premeditated, because they know the effects that it will have on her, right? These are men that absolutely hate you, right? And these are men that, if given the opportunity, would kill you. Like, that's how severe and that's how serious the matter is, okay? So that's another instance of why and how I knew he was wicked. But the last thing that I want to say is that he would do things to me, especially like the instance where he would turn off the running car while it was in motion on a busy street with me and our infant son in the car. But then when I would say things like, oh, like, I'm going to call the police or I'm going to tell the police, he would ask me, what proof, right? So that means he knew what he was doing. He was doing these things, and he was doing specific things that he felt like would have limited proof, because, you know, in the court of law, like, if you don't have evidence to substantiate your claims, right, then it's like, what happens? So that is the extent and the degree of his wickedness. He was intentionally trying to do things that required or that wouldn't create very much evidence to substantiate the harm that he was doing. Wickedness.
Pathetic! I wouldn't even keep you as a slave in my empire!
Once again, guys, it's just so funny how she said, man, listen, oh, I was carrying the weight, I was doing this, I was doing that, I was doing this, I was doing that, and he was not doing anything. I mean, it's just this stuff is just, it's baffling to me. It's baffling to me that this is a story that you hear from a lot of you women. I'm not saying that it doesn't happen, but these women are jumping on TikTok having these exact same stories every single time. And it's just like, once again, y'all are just out here just capping through y'all teeth. Y'all just out here capping through y'all teeth. We just went over a woman who had postpartum depression. She tried to make it seem as if the man is the issue. Whole time she literally sits here and records a video of her going back and forth with the baby father, and you just like, damn, the baby father obviously ain't the issue in the situation, it's the woman. But yet this is the same woman that said the second she see a red flag, she's out of there. Man, like, we have got to stop this stuff. Man, you saw the red flags before you had a child with this man and you still had a child with this guy. And I bet you one day if she ever sees this video, or if she ever addresses it and somebody asks her, why did you still stay with this guy? I'm telling you right now, her response will be, well, why would I want to leave a guy that I'm already having a child with? Why this, why that? Try to placate, try to be a victim. It's just sad, right? It's just sad. But this is why I simply say videos like this, what she does, these are the reasons why women do not belong in the workforce. Because I mean, like, once again, she's just so sensitive. That's another reason she's so sensitive. Oh my gosh, you're sitting over here putting me on camera with your sister, and y'all sitting over there snickering. Like, okay, and
I don't give a fuck, Keisha.
bro, like, nobody's picking on you, bro. It's like, I can't joke with my wife. I can't joke with my girlfriend. I mean, like, what are we talking about? I'm literally waking up and sleeping with you every single day. So I'm seeing you at your lowest. It does not matter. And you're talking about your sister-in-law. You're upset with that. But once again, guys, these are the type of women that you would want to avoid when you're in the workforce, because these are the type of women that we've all been there, where you may crack a joke on a girl, or where you may have a small little disagreement with a chick, and she will try to literally manipulate the situation, manipulate the whole thing, and make it seem as if you were literally the bad person the whole time. That's what she is doing. Man, we get your tactic, but yet you're the most educated. Yet y'all have the best intuition. Yet, like, come on, bro. Like, this is our sisterhood. Like I said, just look at the wordplay. Notice how she's saying, well, you know, he wants to pick on me, you know, when I'm at my lowest. I don't have, you know, I'm not good looking. I'm not this. Once again, she just adding all of this stuff in there just to try to help her argument out even more, to get more validation. And then you have a bunch of other bird brains, because that's all our sisters do. That's all women do on TikTok. They just parrot, they mock each other. They just parrot what everybody else says, and then they just regurgitate it on TikTok. They say the same stories. Like, I mean, like, bro, this is 10 out of 10 performance, right? She is very performative. 10 out of 10 performance for sure. A professional victim. And then guys, just listen to her. She say it's wicked for this guy to give his homeless brother, quote unquote, some money to go give this brother a haircut. I mean, like, ma'am, like, man, like, at this point, once again, you just let her keep talking. She's just showing you that, hey, well, listen, I'm the main issue, not my baby father, right? But you know, once again, you know, these women, they got the most degrees. I mean, but once again, I don't see how it's evil for you wanting to take care of your brother. That doesn't make any sense to me. But I mean, once again, look at all of this stuff that now all of a sudden this man is evil. Now all of a sudden this man he just changed up. And once again, you can't take women at face value anymore. It's sad to say, but you can't. I mean, once again, I mean, just like people just notice how he wasn't evil before all of that. He was not evil before all of that. Now all of a sudden he's evil. And guys, what's even worse, right? What's even worse, this is how you know you're dealing with a woman who's unhinged. This is how you know you're dealing with a manipulator, a master manipulator at that. You literally just simply look at her hashtags. It says DV. I ain't gonna say the full word on there, but y'all can see it on the screen. But nowhere in there did this man do any type of violence towards you. So he turned off the call while he was out. Like, come on, bro. Like I said, we need to hear this man's side of the story, bro, because all she do is just lie and embellish, and just add on shit. Well, KB, you don't know if she lying or not. Well, pattern recognition. There are way too many black women who do this exact same thing. There are way too many women on TikTok who do the exact same thing. They create stories, jump on TikTok, cry and complain about it. The second you say, well, that's the man you pick, they just keep avoiding all accountability. Once again, she wants to sit here and say that men put on a mask and to hide their true intentions. Well, ma'am, you literally doing the exact same thing. Your true intentions is to just sit here and trash men and sit here and trash your baby father. But you want to mask it by saying, hey, well, listen, this is what I went through when I had postpartum depression, right? When I had postpartum depression. So you're throwing that out there to make it seem as if, hey, well, listen, I'm already in a bad place, and all he's doing is just making it worse. Once again, guys, y'all saw the video of the woman who claimed to have postpartum depression, and these people this, these people that, and you see all the sympathy. Oh, this man, oh man, this, and these men ain't this, these men trash. But the whole time you just know. But the whole time, right, you come to find out that the woman is the issue, the mother is the issue. So guys, be very careful about the type of woman, man, you listen to on TikTok, because KB gonna be here to expose it all the time, right? So now, guys, let me know down below, man, what y'all guys think. Do me a huge favor, leave me a like, leave me a comment, subscribe to the channel. Till the next one.